If I told you that you could upgrade your FPV drone controller, taking it from finicky and jittery to smooth and precise, how much would you expect that to cost? 60 bucks? $12? Well, how about $3? These tiny little things here, these little things do exactly what I just said at just $3. You see, when using a larger remote controller like this Radio Master Boxer, you'll see that it's got these nice large gimbals. As soon as you start to move them around, you'll quickly see how much ability you have for making movements by watching the top of my sticks travel. That means I have a ton of control over my small micro corrections, as I have plenty of room to make tiny tweaks. However, swap over to something smaller like the Radio Master Pocket's gimbals, and you'll see just how little movement there is over from the top of the stick. This decreases your control, as you now have less movement to make the exact same corrections. So, you might have already guessed by now what these little $3 things are, but if you haven't, these are stick extenders. In this case, they take the Radio Master Pocket's tiny finicky gimbals, extend the height of the sticks up, and give you a much larger range of motion, effectively giving you a similar level of control to what you get on bigger gimbals. The exact one that you're going to need is going to depend on your RC, of course, but just search up stick extender for your controller, and look, I'm sure you're going to find something. Speaking of remote controllers though, I found personally when starting out that I really struggle to keep a grip on mine while standing up. I'd feel my hands slowly start to get sweaty, and eventually I'd need to readjust my grip, meaning I'd either have to land or I'd have to let go of my sticks for a moment, neither of which are exactly a sexy thing to do while you're out flying, right? So, what's the solution? Well, the most budget-friendly thing you can do right now is just sit the hell down and rest the controller on your leg. But if you're certain that you want to stand, that is where a lanyard is going to become your absolute best friend. You just clip this thing right onto your controller, put it over your neck, and now you don't have to hold the weight of the controller anymore. Depending on the quality, adjustability, and the padding, these things can go for as cheap as a couple of dollars. You'll just need to search around for one that suits your budget. Next up is a tiny addition that most FPV drone goggles can use to give you the ability to improve your skills after every flight. When I first started out, I neglected this step for so long, and in hindsight, I could have used the results to show you just how crap I used to fly. But no, I was too cheapskate for that, and I refused to spend another $5 to $10 on one of these. Yeah, this is a micro SD card. What this is going to do is record your goggles DVR, that's the view that you see while flying, and it's going to let you watch it back later on. It means you can share this footage, you can save it to see just how much you've improved, and you can use it to review your mistakes and figure out what went wrong. But what if you've got all of that and you were just looking for the cheapest FPV drone? After all, who doesn't want an entire flying drone for as cheap as possible, right? Well, in this video here, I show you exactly that, the cheapest FPV drone on the market today. It also happens to be the lightest FPV drone that I've ever held as well, so I'll see you over there very, very soon.